Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to AriesEDC. Today, I'm going to be talking about what's inside this box. And you know, anything that comes into a cool box like this has got to be pretty stinking cool. So let's get into it. All right, guys, today we're going to be talking about the Tackom Unnamed. It does come in this cool insulated box, or at least this one did. This one is coming from the Pass Around group. But man, what a cool, I love these boxes. I have looked into doing that with my knives, but it's a cost. I'll say that. So when I saw this and an opportunity to be able to get onto the pass around with this, I kind of jumped at the chance because it's so much different than a lot of things on the market. And I think we are now seeing a bunch of designs on the market that are very different than just your regular drop point or Tonto or something along those lines. And this one falls into that place. And I really was excited to get a chance to get this in my hands and to check it out. So what do we have? We have a very nice design. You have this full titanium button lock, and I like the way they did the button, and they did a little milling on the button to give it texture. Also, there's a ton of micro milling on the scales themselves. I don't know if the camera, there you go. You can kind of see the actual micro milling on it. It is very well done and is very comfortable. And it provides grip. That is like such a small milling that you wouldn't think it would do anything, but it actually gives those handles some nice grip to them. You have the milled clip, and I want to talk about this real quick because the way that clip is designed, I don't know if anybody's really talked about it. I haven't seen too many reviews on this, but man, okay, so the clip is allowed to bend. And because, I don't know if I could see it, but do you see right in this area, they thinned that out. It's actually thinned out, and that provides two purposes. If you wear jeans or a thick cuff on the end of the pocket, this fits perfectly within that. And it is bent down and everything. And that also provides a spring for which to fit in. So it's very easy to slide on the pocket, but holds nicely. And then it gives an extra little area for that, like the cuff or the stitching on the end of the pocket to fit. I mean, nobody's doing that little detail. And I think that's so well done. And it's just like little things like that kind of blow me away with this knife. Tackom definitely put a lot of thought and design into every aspect of this blade. So talking about the blade, let's talk about it. It is not a flipper or anything. You can use the opening holes to open it. The overall profile is pretty tall, but you're about to see why. So this is what kind of got me, was that blade shape. It is, I guess, a Bowie-esque type of blade shape. Not really sure what you want to call that. I guess a clip point, but it's very interesting. It's a tall clip point that has, I don't know, this area right up here makes it seem maybe a little awkward to you, but it really isn't. Like if you took that away and just had the top of the blade here, you would be like, okay, it's an interesting little clip point. But then adding that in, you're like, whoa, what's going on? But I think it gives opportunity for that opening hole because you do have plenty of access to the opening hole to be able to open the knife however you want. Again, it's a button lock and the action is absolutely perfect. No issues with the thumb and definitely no issues with the reverse flick. You can pinch grip it out if you want. You can slow roll it. And everything is nice and smooth. Again, button lock is done very well. And it is a button lock, and it's just, gosh, the little milling on the button is really good because you can actually grip it where you're not going to maybe slip off or anything. Speaking of grip, this has plenty of that. You have jimping here, and then there's a little space, and then you have jimping here. So when I'm holding the blade back here, which you get plenty of 4 fingers and plenty of room to do it, your thumb can get right behind the blade and really get into push cuts or anything that you need to do. And then the choke up position is done very well. Your finger goes right up in there and is done very well. And then your thumb lands on the forward jimping, which again, full grip. And the jimping is absolutely done perfect. I'm not a fan of very aggressive jimping. And this is like right there, right at the cusp of being maybe almost 2, but it's not. It's absolutely like my finger gets plenty of grip, but it's not like hurting my thumb. So, gosh, another reason why this thing is really, really good. You have Magna Cut steel on a stone-washed blade. It is very tall. The overall length of this is 8 inches. So let's measure that. That's based on their website. And yep, absolutely, overall is 8 inches. The blade length is 3.44 inches. Yep, which is right there at the front of the scale. Of course, with that choke up position, you get that nice kind of sharpening choil to be able to sharpen the blade very easy. 3.2 millimeter blade, so you got that nice thin blade stock, and this comes down to nothing at the tip, and it makes it very, very slicey. A little sheet of paper here, and this is just curly Q crazy. I mean, that is pretty ridiculous, but yep. Everybody doing really well with their sharpening lately and providing a nice laser edge. The OEM is Best Tech on this, and you know Best Tech does some really good stuff, and it's funny to find out the OEMs because you'd be surprised some of the OEMs that are doing these knives are knives that you are used to seeing somewhere else. You have ceramic bearings, the button material is all stainless, so you got titanium, ceramic bearings, everything is T8. God, it's just, man, it's just so good. So you have the natural titanium with the micro milling, Magna Cut, a nice sized blade. Let's look at some size comparisons. Let's look at that versus the Rat 2. Very fun. You can obviously see it's a much bigger blade in every sense. And then you can see it up against the Elementum. Again, it's a much bigger, taller blade than those guys. And finally, this one might be a good comparison for some of you. This is my Para 3. So you can see that versus the Para 3. Again, a longer blade. It is a big boy, but the height of that is actually very similar. It's a little taller than the Para 3. But yeah, definitely a little taller in profile than the Para 3. The handle thickness is fairly even than the Para 3. No, I take that back. It is thicker than the Para 3. So you can see the handle material is going to be thicker than the Para 3. So this one is a chunk, but man, in the hand, super comfortable. Choke up position is good. All of these positions are good. Very slicey. You have a nice tip to be able to get the puncture into whatever you're trying to get into, and a nice huge belly to be able to make any of those cuts that you actually need. So I just hit the box with the blade. So Tackom Unnamed. Really excited. I like seeing these new designers coming out with new models. This is the only thing that they have produced, and it's done very, very well. Now you might be asking, what's the price on something like this? I pulled up the website just to see. It is $269 as it sits here, which for Magna Cut, fold mill titanium, nicely done blade, button lock, you get the box with it. And, it's, look, guys, this is the world you live in. If you want nice things, you got to pay a nice price. So I think we are right there with this one. The Tackom Unnamed, really, really good. Awesome. So I'm pretty impressed with this. Can't wait to see what else they might come up with. They're doing really good stuff. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you appreciate this one as much as I do. But thanks for watching again. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment, or not. Again, the choice is always yours.